家好，好久不见。我的名字是Whitey，很高兴再见你。这是我2021年的第一个 video。Hello everyone, Whitey here. It's been a while. It's been quite about 2 years-ish. Put it all right at this time. I felt like this video was kind of necessary as I've been on a hiatus for quite a long time already. First, before we get into anything, if you see me looking on this side a little bit longer than I need, I can see myself in here, so yeah, there's that. I have 2 screens now. It's fun. And the chair, yeah, you know, so it's been a while. I've been on a hiatus for 2 years. What the hell have I been doing? Because I haven't posted anything on YouTube, that is. I've been on Twitter for a bit, on Instagram for a little bit as well. I made an Instagram. And then well, I started posting my art, so there's plenty of my art that you can go through on DeviantArt and on ArtStation. I'll have links in the description below, and at the end, in the end credits, there'll be like a thing is showing my username on there. It's pretty much what would you expect. It's pretty much Whitey. I've recently graduated from university, and that's awesome and that's cool, but now I don't have anything else to do, so I have to find a proper job, which proves to be a little bit more difficult than I would have liked, but not as difficult as, you know, I would have. I mean, it is as difficult as it could get, you know. I mean, it's pretty much what I expected. Throughout this video there'll be some b-roll, you know, from trips outside, going around here. I'm here with my family. We're going around the new sort of place that we're at. I don't really go too much outside because I'm a bit lazy, but since I went out today, I just thought I should record a little bit of b-roll. This video is, as much as it is a recap of what happened over the past couple of years, as much as it is a vent. It is pretty much yeah, I just want to vent some frustration as well, but we'll get to that. Don't worry. I was inspired to make this video mostly because, well, it was necessary. True, it was necessary, but I made some new friends online because, as you saw at the beginning of the video, I was speaking in Mandarin. I started speaking Mandarin in December 2019 and haven't really looked back. Mandarin is pretty much the first East Asian language that I encountered. Then it was Japanese, then it was Korean as well, and I tried to learn a bit of Japanese, but that didn't go well. And you know why? It's pretty much because of kanji. Kanji is a bunch of bullshit. When you combine in hiragana, katakana, and then you have a little bit of romanji in there, because why not? But yeah, kanji stopped me from learning Japanese. Go figure, now I'm learning Mandarin, and everything is pretty much kanji, and I'm having a blast, which is not what I expected, tell you that much. So I started in 2019, late 2019. As I moved on, you know, the whole coof happened, and while that was happening, so when I started it was pretty much, oh yeah, how about get into a little bit of the culture. Yeah, the first video I'm looking at is pretty much how to date a Chinese girl. That's pretty much the first video that I went through, more or less. I was watching Similk, Lal Y86, and Serpent ZA Winston Sturzel. So they were having a lot of fun throughout China, and you know, I was watching them. That was a cool thing, and the most definitive defining moment was the one with how to date a Chinese girl. I chose that because I was sitting in and around. At that point I decided to have a little bit more like contact with East Asian people, because I was living in Nottingham, UK at that point for university, and I decided to get in contact with them a little bit more, which was fun. So, you know, why not get a sort of idea of taste of that? How do other people try to get in contact with them, if nothing else for a relationship? But it was just a fun video for me. So these videos provided me with a greater understanding of China and a little bit of Vietnam as well. That was cool. And then with Taiwan. So what I was trying to get at with is I had multiple sessions, multiple periods. I had multiple periods in these 20 odd years, 24 at this point that I've been alive, where essentially I was just like, okay, now I'm aggressing again to Chinese. Okay, now I'm aggressing again to Chinese. Now I'm aggressing again to Chinese, which is strange. It's absolutely strange. It is a thing that kind of came mostly from my mother and from her storybooks that she lended me in early years. So that's the first period in which I was fascinated, and I have the books. So one of them is the Golden Axe, yeah, and then is Little Chen and the Dragon Brothers. Both of them are stories from southern China, so that'd be Guangdong, Guangxi regions. I can tell you which, I can't tell which one it is. The Golden Axe, I can't tell where is it from, but this one, it says right in it. Ah, yes. So it is a story from Guilin, and I believe Guilin is in the Guangxi autonomous region, which is not really autonomous, but I'm not going to get into the politics of it. Yeah. So both of them are around from southern China, which is a fun time. So that was the first period, all, you know, all nice and dandy. Then I got into anime. Forgot a little bit of what it was, you know, China, and I thought China's cool, but you know, I was in my Japan phase, and I was like, yeah, hell yeah. In come the second Chinese. So it appears, and here's something I forgot, and yeah, in 2012, that's pretty much where I would define my second Chinese period to be. I don't know when exactly, but I know that I received this book. This is a travel book for exploring China. And yeah, on my birthday in 2012. This is from my grandmother, and it says she wishes that I would fulfill my dream to see China. And we found this book right around recently before my birthday, so around September, and I was just like, what the hell? How did we forget about it? This isn't something you really forget about that easily. But then it made a lot more sense, because I entered in my second anime phase, and that was in high school. That was strong anime phase. Yeah. Moving back to today, we're in a third and probably the most defining Chinese phase yet. Mostly because I'm learning about the language and the customs, and so I said I made some new friends. While I was researching about China and trying to understand more of the language and everything, I began to understand more. And I'm not gonna say that I was totally oblivious to everything that was going on in there, because communism, yes, I mean, communism left a bitter taste in pretty much everybody's mouth, and I would say from my part, especially in the Eastern Bloc, you know, except for the countries that were already assimilated in the USSR. But I would say for the Eastern Bloc remembers, USSR part also remember. There are plenty of places that remember what communism was like, and authoritarianism for that matter. Well, they say communism, and that was it always like, yeah, I hear communism and it's pretty much nope. I mean, that's nowadays. Before it was a bit more like, Yeah, but it's a nice country though, and it's still a nice country, still with nice people for the most part-ish. But the communism is just like, just no, thank you, no. So while I was getting more and more interested in Chinese customs and the language, I started to make friends and trying to learn more about the nice country, because it is a country at this point. I mean, you don't get to have your own currency if you're not a country. Two systems, my fucking ass. And I was funny because I won't get monetized on the video. I don't have 1,000k, 100k or something like that subscribers. I don't care. I started to learn about Taiwan, which is pretty much the China that I wanted. And I got this book recently in the same note as this one for travel. It is the China that I wanted to see in a smaller package and not communist. And here's where I get into the frustrating part. So I was watching some new friend that I made online, and these ones, some of them actually live in Taiwan or have been in Taiwan for a while, and the more I got into it, the more frustrated I got because I wanted to go there, and I got into it, you know, in the middle of the coof, essentially, so it is not good for me. So this Englishman called D Junior, I'm gonna put his link down in the description. He's a very friendly guy. That's what you get. That's what I got. And we're talking a little bit in the chat, having nice interactions, and then I just started to asking several questions. Oh, not too many, but just a little bit. Questions about trying to get Taiwan, what to do, and recently I even called the Taipei representative office in London to get some things cleared out, and I've actually emailed the Minister of Foreign Affairs to help me out with something. We haven't been knowing each other for a long time. I would like to meet him, that would be nice, before he leaves, because he will leave England to go to Taiwan pretty much as soon as the borders open up. I will have to stay a little bit more here because I'm planning on going on a trip. I'll be going on in Taiwan with my mother, probably in late spring, summer. One of my other new friends, she told me that probably I shouldn't come in during that period because I don't know, it's a bit hot or whatnot. It would greatly diminish my period of things to see, but I think we'll be fine. I mean, we have 45 degrees temperature, dry in Romania at times, and then very, very cold. I think we'll be fine. I mean, 45 degrees dry is different from 45 degrees wet, but I believe we'll be fine. It's better than being cold sometimes. Then again, I do like the cold, so we'll see. So yeah, here's where the frustration part is that watching Life in Taiwan YouTube channel, and then Prozzy YouTube channel, and then any other YouTuber, and it's just like, come on, I'm getting frustrated here because it's like, I got to the point where I was writing in the comments, it's like, came back from my ever so often occasional dose of I'm depressed because I'm not in Taiwan. And why would I like to be in Taiwan? I mean, I understand it's far away. My family says it's far away. They wouldn't want me to leave. But I think it's time for a change of perspective. I think it's time for me at the very least, to see something else. I haven't seen enough of Europe, that's for sure. And I don't feel like I need or want to well, we visited France. I mean, we didn't visit the whole of France. We visited Paris, we visited Vienna, Austria. So we visited northern Italy, so like Milan, Garda Lake, Venice. I think we've been in other places as well. We visited for a little bit Switzerland. Then I lived in Denmark, obviously. What else? I've seen Bulgaria, I've seen Greece a lot. And now I'm in England. So I've seen a decent chunk of Europe. I haven't seen it all, obviously, there's plenty other places to see. But I pretty much got the gist of it. And that's pretty much because it's everything close. On the continent, for example, that's how we speak on an island. On the continent, everything is pretty close to each other, so there is some blending of cultures. It's undeniable that will happen. Countries in proximity will blend into each other, bleed into each other, both figuratively and, well, pretty much practically. If you have like it's England or Taiwan on an island, you're pretty much safe-ish because you have natural borders. But yeah, it would still happen. It doesn't change too much. So the more I watch these people, the more I watch D Junior, for example, the more I watch Prozzy, and I was just like, I need, for my own sanity, at the very least, I'll have to see it with my own eyes. I don't have to move there now, though I wish, but I don't want to make a rash decision. I want to see it, and the only thing that worries me at the same time is that I want to see Hong Kong, and in the end I couldn't. It wasn't the same desire that I have for Taiwan, but it fueled my desire for Taiwan immensely. So I wanted to see Hong Kong, and I'll probably never get to see it again. And that's sad. That's killing me. Yeah, I've also participated in several, like, I couldn't say protests, but they were like demonstration in Nottingham related to Hong Kong, especially the one about the okay, I don't know what exactly to say, but disaster in 1989, and I've known about that one late in the game because Romania had its own 1989 event. Of how funny things go with 1989, don't they? All socialism pretty much gets contested. But yeah, we had our own 1989 event, and for better or for worse, it was mostly successful-ish. I'm worried right now because they're voting for socialists, or the socialists are high in the polls, and I don't like that. But yeah, we had our own, and I can only I feel a lot of empathy for what happened then, and it just frustrates me. And the more the events in Hong Kong happened, I felt a little bit more and more frustrated, and I created this piece of art, and I haven't created any since, but I've created that one, and I probably should create a lot more because it is something that made me very, very frustrated, very, very angry. And I understood that it would have happened, not violently, but in any regards. I mean, there was I think it was a 70-year, 50-year period in which Hong Kong was supposed to do its own thing, and then just blend in with China, which it probably wouldn't have happened nicely anyway, at least culturally speaking. It wouldn't happen nicely. Hong Kongers are pretty much different breed of Chinese person. So Taiwanese, Macau, it's a little bit closer to the mainland, and then what else? Singaporeans, or Chinese Americans, Chinese ethnic Chinese Americans. Yeah, they're a different breed of Chinese most of the times. So you can't just, it's hard to blend them in together just like that by force. I think there will still be a lot of dissent towards China for years to come, even if Hong Kong itself calms down. Hong Kongers will probably not calm down. And I'm in several groups with Hong Kongers. They don't seem to back down anytime soon, and I wouldn't either. But I might be getting to see Taiwan by the end of this, and I hope that nothing will ruin Taiwan at all. It's stressful for Taiwan to be in the situation that it is, and I would like it to change for the better, but I wouldn't like it to change for the worst. That's what I want. But if it does get to change for the worst, I know I'm a bit egotistical in here, and it's not good, but I would like to see it before that happens. I would like to get that experience before it happens. Like, I'm learning Chinese not for the fun of it. I mean, it's fun, don't get me wrong, but I want to use it like English. I want to make full use of it, professional and daily life. That's what I want. I'm looking for that. I'm not in for the joyride as much as you can get fun out of it. But yeah, and that just builds up frustration like a truck. And with the coof, you imagine that borders are closed in Taiwan right now. They're trying to figure out, their country and make sure that everything is fine and that all the levels down and that they have everything under control, which is fine, but doesn't make me frustrated. But I can wait a little bit longer. It's fine. I still need to collect some money for the trip itself, so it's fine. I'm not in a hurry, but I would like to have the ability to go there. I went so far the deep end as with Chinese as to get on a course, which I graduated nicely, and what else? So I got some books, and I'm just doing a lot of writing and sentence exercises. It's fun. Now I'm in my second stage of the course, and it's kind of difficult, but I think I can do it. But yeah, I want to use it. The only problem with Taiwan is that it uses traditional characters, and that's not a problem on its own. Its traditional characters are cool, and it's like I'm not against the use of traditional characters. The only problem is that I am learning simplified characters because I couldn't learn the traditional ones. There was no way I could. This was just Mandarin Chinese mainland version. That's all I could get. It's I know this is a very, very rambly video, and it's on my screen. It's pretty much 25 minutes on. However, I'll cut that down. I don't know. But yeah, I'll find a way. I'll probably make a second video. Maybe. I'll see. Thank you for watching. Shishini. I hope to use my Chinese a lot more. I'll see you next time. Stay tuned.